How you doing today, folks? I'm Michael Woldridge, and I just have two questions for you today. Do you like money, and do you want more of it? If you're like me and you answered yes to either of these questions, then stick around, because I'm here to convince you how taking a stance against corporate greed can save you up to $100 or more every month. That's right, folks. I'll say it again, $100 or more every month. A year ago, I was just like you, overpaying on expensive cable bills with increasing rates, misleading and confusing contracts, big ugly cable boxes, all while dealing with poor customer service, till one day they told me my rates were going to double, so I said goodbye. Brendan James, a columnist for IBTTimes.com, writes in February of 2015 that 83% of American households still pay for cable. In August 2016, columnist Selena Margin writes in 5 Ways to Rid Yourself of Debt, the average cable bill is nearly $125 and has increased at least 4 times since 2011 with no end in sight for the rate hikes. Katie, it's time we expect more. I'm here to convince you to say goodbye, once and for all, to cable. If you choose to follow my advice, you'll never fall victim to cable again, and your wallet will thank you. Katie Hill of Market Watch in June of 2016 writes, Americans dislike cable companies more than any other industry in the nation, mainly due to charging subscribers for channels they don't want and high rates that continue to climb. And we are so used to it, we don't even bat an eye. I was being charged $180 a month for over 220 channels. Sounds great, right? No. 95% of these channels are garbage, like the Home Shopping Network or the Golf Channel. In fact, out of the 220 channels I was paying for, I only watched about 8. That comes out to about $23 per month per channel. Forcing you to pay for channels you don't want is like going to a restaurant. Instead of picking out what you want from the menu, you have to purchase the entire menu selection just to enjoy your cheeseburger. This practice is completely unacceptable in any other type of business, yet it's standard for your cable subscription. My $99 a month subscription nearly doubled after a year. When I called to cancel, I was forced to pay a $300 termination fee. According to Brad Tuttle, a columnist for Everyday Money, an article from 2016, a federal investigation into big cable concluded that cable companies have been illegally charging customers, and reports the results of a U.S. Senate-led investigation that concluded cable and satellite companies do not refund customer overcharges and present contracts in a way that is purposefully misleading. Billing issues aside, let's talk about commercials. You are paying a corporation that sells your viewerships to other corporations. These third parties are there to convince you to buy their products. This is the only reason cable exists today, to convince you to buy stuff. Yes, they take your money from overcharging you, but the real money comes from the ads. How do you think the advertisers pay the cable companies for those ads? With the money that they took from you. I didn't realize I needed a Chopmaster 5000 until it's been shoved down my throat 20 times per day. David Mumpower with the Steaming Observer in August of 2016 writes, in reference to those who are primarily watch cable, commercials are time burglars, vampires that drain away a shocking portion of your life, roughly 4 years over the course of a normal American life. And if you think your spending habits are not directly influenced by such product bombardment, you are sadly mistaken. For years, we've been held hostage to cable's demands, slaves to product placement. It's time to take a stand. It's time to cut the cord. The first thing you will need is an internet connection. The rest is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So call your cable provider today and cancel your subscription. It's likely you've had cable for most, if not all of your life, so the thought of going without can be scary, and that's okay. As you acclimate, you will wonder why you didn't do this years ago. There are different devices that can plug directly into your TV, starting as low as about $10 a month. They're all easy to use. Simply plug them in, select your wireless signal, and you're ready to go. With this, you'll have access to countless streaming options. While you might fear the initial startup costs of purchasing a device, keep in mind that most streaming services offer your first month for free. Next, decide what streaming options work best for you. For example, Amazon Prime, which runs about $8 a month, plus you'll get your free 2-day shipping on your Amazon orders. Plus, we've all heard of Netflix, which is $9.99 a month, Hulu, $8.99 a month. If you can't live without Game of Thrones, perhaps HBO Go is worth looking into, and that's about $15.99 a month. But wait, there's more. Talk to your friends. It's actually promoted by streaming companies to share your passwords. Reed Hastings was quoted at the Consumer Electronics Show in 2016. We love people sharing Netflix. That's a positive thing. So if you subscribe to HBO Go, have your friends subscribe to Netflix and Hulu. You will both have access to all three for about $15 a person. It's really that easy, folks. 3 simple steps will free you from cable, and once you cut the cord, numerous benefits await. The most obvious benefit here is the savings. Personally, I use Hulu Plus, Netflix, HBO Go, Amazon Prime, and I share them among three friends. I pay for Hulu and Netflix, which runs me about $18 a month. That's 1/10 of what I was paying for cable, with a savings of over $160 per month. Savings aside, you can now watch TV on your own schedule and on any device. Not to mention, more and more people are becoming cable cutters, and some of today's hottest shows are currently being produced by streaming companies. For example, one of my favorite shows, House of Cards, a Netflix original. And guess what else? No more commercials. What you do now is entirely up to you, but if you're currently paying for cable, I hope you at least look into these options. I mean, sure, I've told you that evil corporations have been ripping you off for years. And yes, I've given you an easy and efficient way to start saving your hard-earned money while ending corporate greed. But does that make me a hero? I wouldn't say I'm a hero per se. I'm just a regular guy committing heroic acts for the benefit and greater good of society. It's not like I wear a mask or anything. Maybe I should get a mask.